stabbed by a thug and that Peter could have stopped. I like that.
He doesn't, because he's a paper bitch.
He's a paper bitch.
Yeah. It's worse than a bitch. It's paper. He is. He's a big nerd.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the
Mary
Tangent
Jane.
Podcast, episode 180 for the week of August 20th, 2018. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside the Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
Hello.
And the politician himself, Brandon Cox.
What's up?
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Tum. Under Your Tum Tums.
Mom, my tum hurts.
Ooh. And then we take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news. But first, a little housekeeping items for you guys. If you like what you hear and like what you see, why wouldn't you? Please go over to youtube.com/pixelatedpoints and subscribe to us there. If you're not watching us live on twitch.tv/pxlpts, which you should be doing anyways, and if you're not doing that, go over there, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification thing, so every time we go live, you get a little ding ding on your phone here, and you can just watch us there. I mean, it's 2018. You can watch us on your Apple Watch, I'm sure. Does anyone have an Apple Watch here? Steve, you got an Apple Watch?
Nope.
You know the functionality? Can you watch
Does
Twitch?
anyone get a ding ding on their phone?
No.
Put that shit on vibrate, man.
That would be the.
Just saying.
Anyways, we're going to get into Under Your Thumb this week. And I think what we should do is, I think we should continue talking We Happy Few to get
Leave that off.
to warm up for Brandon's wonderful
Yeah.
little segment that he has.
Don't spoil it.
Something good.
I didn't spoil anything. I just said that you have a wonderful little segment.
You brought down the anticipation.
There's
It's a
no
surprise.
anticipation.
Yeah, there really is.
Anticipation.
What is that?
That's a song called Anticipation.
By whom?
It was made in the 70s.
By
I really
Brandon
don't know.
Cox.
By, it's a Cox original.
You discuss this. I'll look it up.
Yeah, please
got
do.
this.
Please
I
do.
mean,
So,
let's-
Anthony,
Yeah.
playing through We Happy Few,
Yes.
how are you liking it?
Loving it.
Loving it. Okay, so I want to hear all about your thoughts.
All right.
Give it to me straight.
I'm actually gonna go. So I only have two gripes with this game. One is frame rates.
Yeah, there's some issues there.
Two is the saving or the loading times.
Oh, man, the loading fucking takes forever.
So I had to restart. I dubbed it down to easy.
Oh, yeah, you're having a blast with it now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Now it is just fucking fun.
Yeah, now it's just fun. There's
I've
no...
killed like 201 people.
That's excessive. Do you just go on murdering sprees in the
Oh,
town?
I don't even sneak anymore. It's just lead pipe or fucking frying pan as a face.
All right.
How many people have you
the
killed?
261.
Not doing like one.
If you had
I'm
to
hot.
say how many people were in the game,
No, well,
enemies.
They
there's
come
a,
back.
they
Oh,
just
they're
like police,
regenerate, yeah.
So
police
it's
keep
infinite.
patrolling.
Yeah.
how long you play the game?
Maybe 20 hours, 15 to 20.
I'm gonna do the math on that real quick,
Shit.
Anthony, because I'm curious.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said last week, I've restarted 3 times.
So I'm about, I'd say, 8 or 9 hours into the game. Maybe a little more. Actually, that's probably a lie. Maybe I'm more like 10.
10.
So in the story, I am just meeting up with Dr. Faraday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. So how much further past in this game are you?
Technically, like story-wise, not. I'm actually like right there
Okay, cool.
because I've just like I went to the other islands, but I didn't do anything.
Okay, I haven't explored. I'm just like, nah. I'm just chiefing at Wellington Wells. What really keeps me coming back, so I don't think the gameplay is all that great in this game. I will say, first person, it's not as intuitive as a Dishonored,
No,
but it's not as
bad.
as, and I'm gonna say
Again-
this, and you guys are not gonna like it, but Fallout. Like, I think that Fallout's combat is on par with this,
Well, you
like
just hit,
melee wise.
you just
yeah,
hit the vats.
yeah, probably,
That's
yeah.
what.
Well, melee wise.
There's no guns, so you get
There's no guns in this. This is all melee.
Not yet.
Yeah, combat-
or is
There's
this
no
at
guns
all?
whatsoever.
Combat is pretty funny in this, but it's also funny because they're all English,
Yeah.
and I love Arthur's fucking just commentary
Yeah,
on
Arthur's commentary on everything that's happening. So you don't play this big, beefy Doom guy. You play this small, scrawny, tea drinking, worrisome little guy. And he's just like, oh, God,
British
oh,
people.
fuck, oh, fuck, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
he's
And he's
French.
just like running away from people. And it tells you to do this is to run away. And I love it. I absolutely love the fact that you're not the strong guy. You should be sneaking around and not trying to kill people.
You know, I go.
Oh, so Anthony, just so you know, you kill 13.5 people an hour. Just so you know.
That's sociopath.
Seems
level.
kind
You gotta
of
bring it up.
Seems kind of low.
I guess.
Math doesn't lie. I'm not good at it, so I could be wrong.
So I
But,
want to double check.
Calculator tells otherwise.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the setting? Because I know this is a very interesting setting for the game.
Yeah, well, for sure. So, for those of you that don't know, this game takes place in 1964's London, where the Nazis won World War II. Now, have you noticed more Nazi like propaganda just up on walls and stuff? Or
I just noticed everything's hidden. Like
Yeah.
whenever time he inquires about something, it can't be talked about.
yeah,
It's kind of like I said, you walk around and then like I explored everything. You see the bombs that were kind of dropped, that were just kind of left there, and then you see obviously the joy mechanic, and then like what they want people to see, and then what you actually see.
yeah. So, what happens is you're supposed to the the Germans, the Nazis,
Yeah.
create this drug called joy, and the characters in the world take it and they forget about the past and they just kind of live in the present and they're always happy.
Yeah.
And they wear these masks to conform their face to smiles to make them more happy. And so you go off your joy and you actually see the reality of the world. And it's very sad, really.
Wellers
It's-
and downers.
yeah, Wellington Wells is a really shitty and just distraught place, but there are scenarios where you have to take your joy, and it turns into this psychedelic, bright, colorful,
It's like what? It's the Wizard of
Radiance,
Oz. It's like the
yeah.
yellow brick road. It's got the
the
different colors.
different paths, different colors going everywhere.
Birds. It's always a rainbow when you take joy.
It's actually a great concept for a game.
Yeah. So originally the
the
game
world.
started off. So when this game first came out in early access, I was totally turned off to it because it was so heavily focused on survival, where it's like you need to eat, you need to drink, you need to sleep, you need to have your stamina up, all these things. That has taken a complete backseat. All of those
Yeah.
things are still there, but I've never once been like, I have to go to sleep, I have to drink something, I have to eat something.
Why?
It's my health needs
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
up.
That's my
it.
and that's my question for you guys is too. I know this game was in development hell, and it's been said that we're going to release it here, and they've been delaying and delaying for a long time.
Well, I don't think it was ever really a delayed thing. I think they had a vision for the game. They released it in early access.
Yeah.
but
People didn't like it.
people didn't like it, and they said you should really focus on story, and that's what they
And
did.
they went back to the drawing board.
Well,
Does it?
like, if this was permadeath, like I said, like I would not be playing. Like
Yeah,
it would be it.
So what they wanted to do was it was supposed to be a short 3-hour spurts, and like you were supposed to be able to do different things like a roguelite, but within 3-hour spurts to beat the game. And then people were like, no, we like this world, we want to explore it more, give us that. And that's exactly what they did.
And so, do you think the game currently shows the effect? So not so much the positive effect, but you can tell that they change a lot. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, from
you-
me
yeah.
being early access to now,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can definitely tell. Because I didn't really necessarily know what the hell was going on in early access. I wasn't too sure if it was like a Don't Starve situation or if it was more of a BioShock situation. And right now, it feels like a.
it's really
Mashup of
BioShock.
everything.
I'm looking at this.
It feels. I don't think there's survival really mechanics to this anymore.
In normal, so like doing normal, like I think when I first played it, it was great because I got Dishonored, I got Fallout, I got like the survival, Don't Starve kind of aspect, the horror from like BioShock type deal. It was just kind of all mixed into kind of one. And for the most part, like I said, with normal, it would have been fine had I not tried to gone like if
Guns
you were
blazing.
sneaking, if you were sneaking, I'm sure it would work out.
Yeah.
For me, the load times were just like every time I died, I couldn't.
it takes another 4 or 5 minutes to get back into the game.
Oh, it didn't even load one time. I
Yeah.
was fucking pissed.
It takes a long time, and so I think right now I'm playing on easy,
And it's a blast.
and it's so much more fun. And like I'm not looking for a challenging game. I'm looking for a great story, and that this game has it by the boatload. Anthony, have you gotten any? So you found
The masks?
The masks.
Yeah.
The masks then show you a flashback, or you start to remember your past because you're off your joy. You're finding these things.
So you also forget your past. As well.
Yes,
Until-
you forget everything.
and until the beginning. So the reason why you don't take is you see a news article of your brother, and this kind of leads you to,
Oh,
to
and
like
okay.
to be like, wait, I remember him, and then you don't take your joy,
Because
and you,
that was my question: is does everybody remember stuff and they just take the pill, or are they constantly taking the pill? and
they
just-
they tell you to take the pill once every hour.
oh, because authoritarian government. in
Yes,
this, yeah.
exactly.
And this, well, actually, it's fun because when you get to the city, there's like they can detect. So if you don't take your like the joy, machines come around and be like, he's off his joy, he's off his joy, and
Yeah.
then they
And then people are like, wait, you're off your joy. And then you have to run away because there's so
Oh,
many
the
people.
bobbies who are just.
Well, the bobbies will then attack you, but normal humans in the world.
Well, yeah. So like, if the element of like the city is like, if you're in a torn suit, like all the people. This is like why I was like, if you attack one like police guy or regular, if you start sprinting, everybody
Everyone
fucking like
freaks
fucks.
out because they're like, you're not supposed to be running. Why are you running?
Like, what's
You're off
going
your
on?
joy."
What's going
Because
on?
everybody's happy and all.
Yeah.
And after a while, like then they get like the red triangle, and they're like, this guy's out of place.
So you can't run, jump, crouch. You can only walk in the city, and you need to be wearing nice clothes.
Yeah.
And if
Proper.
you're not wearing nice clothes, then people are like, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. I don't want to be near you.
Even when you
But
overdose on joy, like
Yeah.
you know, like you look a little sick. Fucking,
you're kind of withdrawing through joy.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's the drug mechanic is pretty interesting because you have to take it in certain
Yeah.
areas, or you can try to blend in. So like when I go
Oh
into
yeah, I
the
was just
city,
gonna ask that. Can
I
you-
don't take joy. I
Yeah.
try to avoid joy at all times, except there are certain parts where you have to take joy, and I just avoid it at all costs because I think that
the world, seeing the world.
seeing the world for what it is kind of more important. But when you take joy to kind of blend in with something and wearing the nice fancy clothes, but the moment you leave and you go out into the wasteland, this wasteland is where they cast people out who don't take their joy. So if you're wearing fancy clothes out there, they're gonna say like, "Hey, you don't belong here," and we're gonna mug you.
It's the vice, yeah, it's the vice.
So
Why
you
can
then
you go
have
back?
to-
And, why is it so you can go back and forth?
You can. You just have to wear
You have to dress appropriately,
yeah.
and act appropriately.
for each given scenario.
That's interesting.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's-
sure. I can't think of. I mean, the
Ollie,
combat.
fucking Ollie.
The combat isn't all that great, and I find that so all of the survival stuff and crafting systems in this game is I guess a byproduct of what
Survival
it was going to be. And I wish that the weapons didn't run out. I wish that it was just like you found the axe, you found the
get that.
club, you found this. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the crafting in this game.
The deterioration of.
In the deterioration of it, I just feel like it is one of those things that, like Brandon said, you can tell that things have changed,
Yeah.
and some things are half-assed. Oh, not half-assed, but like the ideas that they were going to use that they abandoned.
Yeah, that's why I
they
get the-
incorporated it into the game intelligently, but then also,
They cut the thread, and so you can.
Yeah,
see
you can
it's
still-
dangling on the wind.
yeah, that's a great.
They left because like it still works as like even when building, it's weird because like if you craft something, you still have to have the correct durability to like. I was trying to build. I found the plans for like the double rolling pin, and I was like, wait a second, I have a rolling pin. Why can't I make this? And it shows you on the side like you need a like one that's like hasn't been damaged.
Yeah.
In order to craft this item, so it's interesting. Like I said, so obviously I just looted. I did what I normally did, and then found people's rolling pins, killed them, and then took it and then built the item.
Well, you did kill. So how are you getting away with it by killing 200 people?
You talking when you throw the body somewhere?
Yeah, I've
ju-
killed people.
Is there just a dumpster full of 200 bodies just lying?
No, they
somewhere?
actually decay. Like they like if you leave them, then like you go to sleep,
Oh.
like flies start coming around them, and then like after a while, like they
rot.
Yeah, they disappear.
So where do you put them?
I just chuck them.
Yeah, like if he's in the wasteland and he's walking down a road, kills somebody, he just throws him into the bushes.
Well, I use it as a distraction.
Well, in the
Everyone
city,
else
what do you do in
surrounds
this-
them, and you just come behind fucking frying pan.
What do you do in the city?
I don't kill people in the city
Anthony,
I
does.
have.
Yes.
And it's very like that's when I had to like.
because everyone is around
Yeah.
you.
It's
'Cause
not-
I
He's not
imagine
really getting away.
That's not a very joyous experience seeing someone get murdered in front of
No.
you.
they're on joy.
But then they
Everything's
forget.
Fucking yeah.
Oh, that is an aspect of it. They do forget.
They
so
do.
that just happened.
Correct.
Okay. Huh.
The first actually it worked out very well the first time because like you're at that gate with the Bobby, and then I was like, oh shit, I can't take him down.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the rifle from the thing, and it's just like I literally just like poked him in the back twice with the bayonet, and he fell down. And I took
Mm. Killed him.
the baton, and then
It's
There you go.
wonderful. When you see a problem, you just go right for it, man. Just,
I'm more
Yeah,
of the stealth approach.
But it
on
wouldn't.
this.
Have, but it was like I said, the takedown. Like you have to get the skill to take down.
Yeah, which is again like something that we can talk about is there's skill trees in this,
Yeah.
which feels a little
Force.
forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little forced.
The only thing I actually love, which is even the skills, like if you sit on the bench with the newspaper, you're concealed no matter what.
Yeah,
I think it's
so
a
you
very
literally
fucking,
just sit down and you open up a paper, and your character is so non-memorable
like
that he just blends in with the world.
not a
It's a good
skill.
star
Well, I
mechanic.
wish
Yeah.
it was. I wish it was a skill you learned because I've been fucking hilarious.
Well, what skills are you learning? Like sword
So,
fighting or like
no, it's
More health.
you get more health. You can lock your, it's like combat, stealth, and then healing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because one is like the healing bomb does more, but the other thing is like you can carry more.
yeah. You can carry more stuff. You can then take down the bobbies, or it's called like big game hunter because all the bobbies are really
Yeah.
big, and you're just a small little guy.
I really enjoy that little turn of phrases in games.
Bobby.
No,
Big
no, no,
game
like
hunter.
big, like you know when they have like achievements, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a reference to something outside of gaming.
Yeah,
I kind of like
fourth wall breaking slightly.
a little bit, just like a little wink.
Like
at
a
you.
little-
yeah.
like a little-
So I think a good comparison is Anthony. Suffice to say, you do more combat in this.
Yeah.
I do,
And
I
you do
the
more stealth.
You nailed
It's
it.
always been that.
What's working better?
It's really each his own kind of deal.
Yeah, I think
We're both at the same
Well,
point.
obviously, you guys have different hurdles. You have to counter what your different play styles.
so. I just found a hatch, which is allowing you. It's like a safe
House.
base. Yeah, safe house. Thank you. That's the word I
Wait,
was
how
looking
many
for.
did you find though?
I don't know. I've got like 4 or 5.
Well,
Yeah.
you're murdering everybody, so it's probably
So-
probably a good place to hide your
I
bodies.
found-
Well, why would I put him in my place? I sleep.
Yeah.
That's
no,
not.
that's counterproductive. So, anyways, I found one that these people are infested with some sort of fungus. It's almost like
You flash the.
Cordyceps from The Last of Us, where the clickers.
Oh.
They're slowly starting to be like that, and I was like,
like
oh
a,
shit,
like a
all right.
plague, like
Yeah, they've kind of got some sort of fucked up thing going on.
There's
is
a
that,
lot of
no.
fucking
And
funny
I
things.
just killed them. I was just like, I'm not trying to take these guys down. I'm just gonna stab them with my pipe.
You actually can't.
you tried talking to them, like,
You-
hey, what's
No,
going on
they
with
just
you?
attack
You
you.
Okay.
can't. I actually did try it originally because you can't hold the flashlight on them.
Yep.
And switch between the takedown. It won't.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, because normally like it blinds them. I was like, oh, let me take them down. But the second you pull the light off,
Yep.
Well-
I just took out my pipe and started bashing the shit out of them.
classic.
What I'm asking is, have you experienced things that Anthony hasn't
Yeah.
by playing stealth versus has Anthony experienced
I'm
things?
sure. I'm sure I've found scenes where, so like for example, I had to go in to I guess this is kind of a spoiler, so I'm gonna raise my hands right now,
Go on, I
and
wish.
when I'm done, I'm gonna put them down. But I went into a fetish house
Nice. I
where
did too, yeah.
a lot of people,
Bordello, if you will.
sure,
It's
bordello.
it's a
It
pretty-
is a leather-bound bordello.
Yeah.
Oh, BDSM, Bordello.
Sure.
Okay.
BDSM, whatever that is. And I went in stealthily.
We'll talk about it off air.
Oh, I definitely.
Anthony went in guns a-blazing.
Dude, it's.
So
Dude,
I
dude.
saw some scenes that I'm sure Anthony didn't because he probably raised some alarms.
Dude.
Yeah, guns a blazing. People just
No,
trying to enjoy
The
themselves.
funniest thing ever was. Did you pick up the weapon in there?
The tickler?
The tickler. I didn't realize
it
you
a-
couldn't kill him, so he comes out with the
Is it a
fucking
whip?
mask on. I hit him with the tickler. He just does like the quick shock.
Did he really enjoy it?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, shit, I need the lead pipe.
They're like, oh, this is not doing anything. This is,
yeah.
this is not super effective.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome.
You can't. You can't stun him.
So
with
why'd
it.
you kill everybody in there?
Because he needed to get in there to
let's
do
be fair.
something.
Yeah. I need to find.
Don't
something.
these people like give you missions and stuff?
Not
Part of the mission's
really.
kind of exploring the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
The
wouldn't kill
mission
it.
is to get in there and to steal somebody's ID.
People are relative to the mission. I actually don't know if you can kill them. Usually I try, but I'm not yet. But
Because I know in some games, NPCs,
you can.
you can kill people that give you
correct,
missions.
and you can never get the mission.
Yeah.
And that'd
Yeah.
Be,
I fucked up
And
a
that's
mission
sad.
in this game because there was a dead body and 2 bobbies were looking at it, and it was like find out what they're talking about. So I was sitting in a bush and I was listening, and it was like search the dead corpse, and I was like, oh, I'll just come back and search the corpse at night when they're gone or whatever. And I came back, or I went off to do something else, and someone was like, hey, that's him. So I started running, and I ran right by them, and
Yeah.
they got pissed off at me and started chasing me.
Who?
And then
why'd
I
they
ruined the
what they
mission.
accuse you of?
Oh, I did something.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Oh, you can't
Like-
be out at night.
Yeah, you also can't be out at night.
Oh, okay.
So like I put something up on a poster board that I wasn't supposed to or some shit. And it was just like they were pissed
Too
and I
right,
was
yeah.
running away, and then
Club.
Because like it wasn't me. I can't pull over anymore.
he's already pulled over. He can't pull over any further. But I don't know how long the game is.
Yeah, I don't actually.
Oh, they just
There you go.
There you go.
There,
Just,
there you go, Anthony. That's where you need to put them.
Well, like I said,
Not very high. Not very. Not a
Dishonored
good
had-
hiding place.
Oh, they don't.
well, he's in a dirty bathroom.
Did you
so-
kill this man? I don't know what you're talking about.
well,
I didn't kill this guy.
I wasn't sure. So when originally playing the games, when you do the takedown, they're unconscious. I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
sure how long they're unconscious for, so I was just like, "Fuck it," on the ground, lead pipe, into deceased. That's
Yeah,
it.
they stay
yes.
down forever.
Yeah. Well, I just had to make sure.
Well,
of
yes.
that.
When you kill them.
They well,
Well,
no. I'm
originally,
so,
I
like,
originally I did not kill them, but like I said,
Oh,
for
because you
any
thought he
game-
would get up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So it just let's.
I like this Metal Gear Solid aspect where you can see if you're in stealth mode, you can see the footprints even through walls and stuff. So you can see where
Even-
people
yeah,
are.
Is there a
Even above.
box that you hide in? Oh, that's.
You just throw them in the trash.
They're more distracted by the body than like realizing who it was.
yeah.
It's like that's kind
yeah, not.
They're not
emotional,
like,
it's just-
oh, there goes Jeffrey.
But still, it's just like, man, that's not a good hiding place.
No, it's not. For the audio
But they don't
listeners at
know.
home, we're watching a gameplay footage, and they're hiding bodies literally in trash cans.
But not like
The heads
the
are
heads are just
sticking up
popping out.
out of the top of the trash cans.
It
Lots
pro-
of
quick nap. I don't fucking.
there's lots of like scavenging, which I've noticed.
Yeah, that's like the fall. I mean, that's kind of what I like about
The Fallout. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
like the dig spots and the whole like. Picnic.
oh, I thought you said something else. All right, yeah, the
Uh.
dig spots and things like that, and finding.
Yeah.
yeah.
But just like looking, and it's like the hunt to find like, oh, you found this, and like I don't know if you talked to the other, like this very British where it's like, oh, get the 45 records for me. It's like,
Yep.
and he's like, I can't leave, and then there's a lot of like Beatles references in here too.
Yep.
When you pick up the phone, he's like, and it's like for the benefit of Mr. Kite, and it's like, and it's supposed to be a riddle, but I haven't
Yeah,
missed
is
it.
there a lot of like jokes in it? Like in.
English? It's like
It's-
tea. One's like tea time. You pick up. It's all teacups, like nothing. So then like one of the funny things is like the espresso machine.
I haven't encountered that, but
Like they're very shun on the coffee, so they're very like forward with like obviously the English kind of.
Yeah. I like that. I like a game that has it.
I honestly think that you would
Itself.
enjoy a lot of this game, different aspects of the game than I do. Like I think that
The
you
setting is probably very.
I think you would really enjoy the world building in the game because the world building does an amazing job of like British culture, but also what that would be like if people were in this dystopian, joy, drug fueled.
If this is what the Nazis
Yeah,
chose to do.
there's a lot of stuff. I think.
I think there's lots of things to unpack, and there's lots of like notes that you can find that has nothing to do with the story, but they're like side stories and side like
There is
what
actually a
happened
lot
to
of
this-
side missions
Yeah, there's lots of little side missions that you can do. I'm not really like trying to
focus on.
focus on
To
them.
be completely honest with you, I don't like reading the notes. I like.
The audio logs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Those
the
are so
same
much
way.
better.
I'm the same way.
Only for this way because it'd be English, but
Yeah, I would have liked a little bit more audio log, but I think, I mean, right now I will. So I returned it from Redbox, and
Yeah.
bought the game.
Oh,
so
wow.
I purchased the game. I own
is a
this
Brian
game now.
purchase.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pick this up from Redbox. I was just busy this week.
well, if you had a PS4,
If you had a PS4,
This is on the Xbox.
yeah, but if you had a PS4, you could
you wouldn't
borrow
need to.
it.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's true.
it's called the Brian box. That
Brian-
didn't
Brian
sound
box?
right at all.
I,
But
I liked it. I
No,
liked it.
Brian's box.
Mm.
Let's
Brian-
get some Brian box.
No, let's not do that. All right, let's get off of We Happy Few unless you have anything else.
no, that was it.
All right, so I think so. You don't have anything else to talk about this week, right? I've got one other game that I want to talk about, and I think we should talk about Lupine. It's a mobile game, and it's a puzzle game, and it's free to play on iOS, and I think it's probably free to play on Android. I don't know because I don't live that green bubble life.
I'll tell you that right now.
All right, please do. So the
You're
object
just
of the
the
game
worst.
is to hold a line to delay it while other ones are going, and you're not allowed to let them intersect. So like you could imagine a cross, right, with one line going up and down, and then one line going left to right, and you have to delay each line so they don't intersect with one another. And then it gets more and more complicated, like two squares, multiple circles, and then there's a bunch of different shapes. So for the audio listeners, I really apologize because that doesn't do a great job of explaining what the game is. For the visual,
It's kind of like a 3D. Well, this one's kind of like the 3D diagram you draw of like the squares. 'cause
oh
one's in
yeah,
front,
I
one's
see
in
what
back.
you're saying, but like, so you see like these bright
yeah, this
green that's popping off of the blue background. So they have a blue path, right? So it shows where they're going to be going, and then there's like think of it like Snake following a path. and you're not allowed to let that snake touch another snake in its path. And you have to let it go for like 5 seconds. And once you can get it 5 seconds without them touching, then you can move on to the next level.
Got you.
You can get it on.
You can, and I am downloading it.
So
free.
It looks like a very Brian game though.
Well,
I
it's recommended by.
yeah, well, it was actually recommended by my wife Tia. So
I always figured
I'm-
you're much more better with the spatial sort of
I guess so.
knowledge and intelligence.
I'm really enjoying the game. I do see that it does get very intricate, and there's lots of, there's the one that we're watching right now is a figure 8, so it's not too crazy. But there are some that are like multiple different stars and squares that are intersecting, so it can be overwhelming as fuck. But what I've come to realize is what you need to do is you need to just focus on one tiny intersection at a time. So it's like, all right, these 2 lines are intersecting. I'm going to focus on these and make them not intersect. And then move on to the next one. And then figure out, okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah.
So now these ones aren't intersecting. Now I'm good to go. So I think right now I've gone through 60 some odd levels.
Shit.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I really enjoy the game, but
This is all puzzles.
it's all
Yeah.
puzzles. This is what you're watching is
And you solve one.
literally the full.
So you're down to what? What letter are you? It's
I'm
Most
B. I think I'm B like 12 or B 15, which would be like there's 50 A's and then there's
Do you know how many
Yeah.
there are total?
I do not know, but I'm enjoying it.
long
It's
haul.
totally free.
hopefully it doesn't go away to Z.
Oh, I'm sure it does. But if you like puzzle games, it's a fun, free game to give it a shot and see if you like it. And if you don't like it,
It's
just
free.
fucking uninstall it. You're good to go. I really enjoy it. I think that it's hard to really. There's not really much else to say about it. It's not super challenging, but I can probably bang out like 3 to 4 of these in 5 to 10 minutes or so.
I'd call it the shitter, Brian Shitter game.
Yeah, it's a Brian
Brain
Shitter game.
training. It's good for the brain.
Yeah, it's a Brian brain training shitter game.
It's a new category.
Nice. Patent that, man.
BBTSG.
BBT.
For sure. All right. So moving on from Lupin and myself and We Happy Few, we're going to move on to Brandon. Brandon, you want to talk about a mobile game that you've been playing?
Yeah. I've been
got?
playing Alto's Odyssey.
It's a great game. So this is the sequel to Alto's Adventure. Just so you know.
I did not know that.
Yep, just so you know.
No, I was in the every once in a while I go into the Google Play Store.
And poop, of course, because this is what you're doing. You're playing while pooping, right?
Sometimes it's late in the evenings. I'm just like, I don't want to go to sleep right now.
I don't want to turn on my Xbox right now.
Yeah, let's just
Wish I
see
had
what's going
PS4
on.
right now.
Let's just see what's happening.
And I found this, and I was like, oh, it has good
Reviews. Let's give it a
reviews.
shot.
Let's give it a shot. So essentially, all it is a kid who's skiing down a hill,
It's
and
just an endless runner.
It's
uh,
kind of.
kind of. It's a little more complicated because you do like tricks and flips and stuff.
Do you get points?
But you're supposed to try and land kind of
Yes.
perfectly in the
So
the
it's like-
hill, right?
It's like Journey meets SSX Tricky.
Is it more like Tiny Wings? Do you remember that game, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Ski Horse, I think, was the other one.
Where-
I played the 5th. I have no idea what Tiny Wings is.
So it's like if this is the right, if you want to basically jump and land kind of perfectly onto the next hill, right?
Yes.
This one's
Yeah.
sand, though, right?
This
Oh,
is
there
a-
we go. This is
yeah.
this will.
So for the audio listeners, tough titties, but for the friends over on twitch.tv/PXLPTS, this motherfucker just did a backflip. All right. So he's like
90.
he's snowboarding, really.
Yeah.
Or sandboarding. I
The
don't
problem is I always land weird because I always try and do
Too
two
many
flips,
tricks?
2 flips in the air. I'm not a crazy
Oh,
trick
it's some
guy. I just like
grinding.
flips. Flips are the
Air
easy.
balloons.
They get you where you're going.
Sure.
Um,
So you can wall ride on walls that have little dots on them, it
Yeah.
seems like. And all touchscreen,
And
right?
you
There's
gain
no
speed
like
as well
buttons
as
on
you-
the
as you descend.
Okay, so if you chain multiple wall rides together, you can jump between them. So this seems like a fun little time suck. Is it an endless runner until you crash, or is there levels?
It's endless run until you crash, and then you go back to the start.
Is it the same level, or is it different?
Do you
each
have to
time?
beat
I
the
believe the level changes as you go on. don't get that far because like
So you have to
crashing.
complete the whole game once.
Essentially, yeah.
So,
But
the-
in that sense, it would be endless runner.
Mhm.
But you are gaining points.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Is
but
the
that's-
level the same each time you start?
Yes.
Or is it completely different?
the level's the same each time you start?
So right now we're seeing a bunch of hot air balloons.
So you can memorize
So you
this.
can memorize what you need to be doing
but you unlock other levels
as you
with
get
the
further.
see the gold the
yeah.
coins he's collecting. Yes.
But this thing never ends.
this correct. This is the same.
Okay,
So-
gotcha. All right.
When
So
I looked when it said Odyssey, I was like, oh, you're gonna see different stuff. I thought it was like a journey sort of mobile game,
not so much.
but no, it's more of a endless runner, which I don't mind endless runners. It's a great shooter game.
Yep, for sure. This looks like I would enjoy it if I had, 4 minutes on the toilet with it.
Plus,
Paid to poop.
the
I
remember
make the dollar.
remember that game that was the penguin? That he was like trying to fly. Oh, learn to fly. It's like a game on the computer.
Peacocks
like
don't fly.
Sure. They hover at best.
no,
get
it's
a
a
little bit.
penguin with like a rocket attached to his back, and you're just trying to get as distance. And I thought this what this was, but it's not. I don't mind it, but it's definitely.
You
a
don't
shit.
seem to.
Yeah, you don't seem too hot on it.
I wish it was different.
Yeah, you just
You thought it was something.
You
I
thought
thought it
it
was
was-
something else, and
it wasn't.
when I got it, it's fine. But
It's a good game.
it's
for
good
what
for what it is. It's
Yeah.
just not what you were hoping for.
yeah.
And that's all right, Brendan.
That's
So it's like false advertisement.
I don't
Why did
think,
I
I think it was misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Was it?
I didn't know what I was getting into.
As we all don't.
That's true. But
Yeah, that's true.
but it's definitely especially Brian, if you played the first one,
I'm not going to play this.
well, whatever.
Not going to play this. I'm just not going to lie to you, Brendan. I don't lie to you, and I'm not going to play this game because one, I think it's like $4 on the Apple Store.
Is it really?
Yeah, because I was looking at it the other day, and I was like,
I
what
get it
that
for
is.
free.
That's nice. And if I got it for free, I might give it a shot. But I'm not even going to entertain the idea of spending $4 for this game.
So that's a good point. So the less amount of people, the small amount of people that have
Don't try. Don't
Androids.
try to harp.
should play this, and
If you're a green bubble out there,
yeah,
If you own a PS4,
and anybody who has Apple, just skip over it.
yep, for sure.
That's a fair assessment, I think.
Assessment.
What I say.
No, that's what you said.
Okay.
But please feel free to continue.
So I played that a little bit. The next game I played, I've been really curious about this game. And I would say I had a morbid curiosity about it.
Morbid.
do you not
What'd I
listen to us? I mean,
we try to tell you these things, Brandon.
No, so for the listeners at home, it's No Man's Sky. Next.
Yep.
They just released it for the Xbox. I was
Back
actually on vacation
when they
and I
released it.
came back and I was like,
I
what's
gotta
this?
get this game.
Yep.
No, I was like, what's this doing here? I thought it was some sort of weird glitch.
Why is this released?
So I was like, I looked at the price, and I was in the market for a game, just something new, just different.
Yeah.
I had that itch, and I was like,
This?
let's
This?
do it. I'm gonna get
Well,
raked over the coals for it, but
to
that's
be
just,
fair-
You know what would have been funny? You could have bought the PS4, borrowed it, got the update, and then realized you just saved yourself fucking
$50. Yeah.
$60.
and going into it, I knew the stigma behind it, but I've never experienced that.
To be fair, on your part, like you said, you've never experienced it, and it was kind of having a big resurgence when it was released because No Man's Sky Next is something
Yeah.
completely different than the turd sandwich that was No Man's Sky.
And I guess they were talking about it, but I wouldn't know because I was on vacation in Maine in the woods, and I had no idea.
It's pretty.
So you were in the woods,
the game heard around the world.
and you came back and went, I need to go explore some more.
Yeah.
So you got No Man's
Let's
Sky.
go into space, see what we got.
So-
And I did. I explored a lot of planets.
I need to talk to you about
Did
something.
you find the dinosaur?
The best part. Oh, did you find a dinosaur?
So
How many weird, fucked up creatures did you find?
I found this one weird thing, and I don't know how this works evolutionary. It was this thing that could go on floors, and it stood up, and it just walked like this.
So
And some of them
Visually,
were like
yeah, I can't.
had bulgy heads, and some I have no idea why were pig face.
they were.
I don't-
Everything is randomly generated.
Yeah,
So-
apparently.
That's why. That's why there was no real like rhyme or reason.
Well,
No one's seen it
a
before.
pack of them, right? And like 4 were like bulby heads, so I call them tricos.
Fucking
Okay.
Because,
Sure.
Pokemon.
And then I saw a pig one, and I was like, I fucked up on this. Because obviously there were some things I didn't put into... And it was the same species of animal. And I was like, I feel bad. Some explorer somewhere is going to be like, oh, those are tricos. Why did this person name this? Much like zebras today in the world.
I don't get it.
Why are they called zebras? They should be called striped horses.
No. You
No.
don't know.
Anyway,
Any hoozle.
so yeah, I haven't named any plants because I just don't have the time for that shit.
I want to stop you right fucking there.
Oh, wow.
So when I was playing this game and I was telling Brandon about it on my PS4,
This was 2 years ago, by
this
the
was
way.
2 years ago. He was just like, I would be fucking if I was playing this game, I would be naming everything.
The grind is not rewarded.
He was like, I'd be naming all of the stuff after my
I
name.
did say that, yes.
Why wouldn't you name it Thomas or Thomasite or fucking
Well, the argument I made is why wouldn't you name it after yourself? Because when you find
It's
something,
weird.
when you
it's very
find-
vain.
Yeah, it
well,
really
you know,
is.
yeah. I mean,
This is my planet now.
Yeah.
you would do like
Planet on Cox.
the new planet. I would call
I
it.
named it Bob.
I would call it Coxland.
Yeah, of course you would.
Anyways,
But then, so I will tell you why I didn't name everything after me.
Yeah.
Because you find so much shit. It would be ridiculous to come up with variations
You'll never
of
see.
my name to name it after me.
well, you could call it schlongs and dicks.
Schlongburger.
And, yeah, like lots of dick innuendos.
You'd think I would just call it Planet Schlong.
I don't
with
think
the
you can,
Schlongites.
I don't think
Well,
you
I
can
know, I was
actually
gonna-
use
You can.
vulgar. You can?
Well, is Schlong vulgar?
Schlong.
What was it,
is-
1940s?
I feel like
Look at the
schlong is-
gams on that girl.
Gams are nice.
Wow.
I don't think schlong and dicks fit in.
Well,
with-
because Dick's Richard. Like, you could probably get Dick.
maybe
It is-
Dick's World.
Well,
Yeah.
Cox is my name.
I
so-
understand that, Brendan, but I'm
And-
saying you probably can't write, Penis Town.
I have experienced games like that, by the way,
Okay.
where I've tried to put my name in it. It's just like, you can't. That's profanity. I'm like, what?
Yep. It is profound.
I was going to put
Whoa, what is that? Is that a fucking jetpack?
Yeah, you have
they-
jetpacks.
They added the jetpack.
All right. This is kind of looking a lot like Death Stranding now.
Yeah.
Notice that?
Oh, by the way, the jetpack.
Yeah, but you have to
not
farm,
super
you
helpful.
have to farm
oh,
all
those.
the fuel for that shit.
So for the folks at home, you when you go on any planet, you have these robot things that attack you.
Yeah. They
They are
suck.
the worst because you don't have an effective weapon. You have
Correct.
your mining laser,
You need
but they're
fuel
just
for it.
there, and you're just sitting there, just I got you, and just
You need to
shooting
get
you in the
s- You need
face.
to get something else to turn your gun into
I do,
a gun.
and it's
Yeah.
just
It runs out in like 3 seconds, and
Yeah.
you really gotta go farm for fucking more of this shit.
so.
and
Let's
die.
get into the big problems, the big issues I'm facing with this.
Oh,
right,
wow.
I got into it for the exploration, and you can explore tons of planets. There's no reason to explore these planets. They're just amalgamations of plants, animals, and just that's it.
emptiness. It's kind of.
It's empty. Yeah. When
there
I
are life forms that you can find.
yeah
But they,
alien species
they don't really fucking interact
that you
with
can't communicate with because you're learning individual words
Yeah.
by
you-
finding
you-
stones in the
the
desert.
language. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Also, these are huge. These planets aren't like,
Yes.
oh, you just landed here and it's like Mass Effect. You have this one little area to explore.
It's not that you
It
gotta,
is a fucking
Yeah.
planet.
we gotta
and-
deal with the weather because like the problem was like you hit the fucking cold and it's like you're gonna freeze to this. You gotta hit the cave and he's like, well, I can't explore the way I want to explore. Then my fucking jetpack fuel runs out.
Yep.
And then you gotta farm that.
Anytime you go out into the world, you have to make sure that you're able to get back to your fucking
Yeah,
spaceship.
correct.
Well, all right. So they put land vehicles in.
Oh,
this.
that's helpful.
So that's very helpful. It takes a little while to get to them. So what you're gonna do to explore these planets, you're gonna walk around for a little bit, get in your ship, collect the resources to get fuel for your ship, and then just fucking launch off.
How fucking cool was it the first time you left the
Oh, it was
atmosphere?
amazing. It was
Oh,
just
the
like I
space
felt
thing.
like
Yeah,
that.
When you
yeah.
first get into your ship and you're
I was
just
like-
fucking going up, you're,
that
and
achievement.
then you're just like,
I don't know.
and then you're out there. You're like,
This
this
is cool. Yeah.
fucking cool. And then nothing else about the game.
And that's the thing is
was it.
so I'm in a galaxy and I want to explore the rest of the galaxy. I don't know how to effectively because you don't know the planets.
you need
unless
dark matter, so you need that like a very rare like source of energy to fuel the plane in order to get to a.
Well, no,
different
not
galaxy.
like launch. So like in the galaxy, you have like 4 planets, 2 like next to each other.
Yeah,
and it's
it's-
fine. You can kind of go to it because you can see that planet. But there's a planet out there that I
Correct.
can't see. I don't know what's out there. How do I get to that planet?
You just drive.
Just shoot my. Hopefully, I'll get to
Yeah.
something.
You just fly that way.
Who the fuck wants to do that?
Apparently NASA.
Yeah, but they send satellites. It's like, hey, there's a planet. Imagine just like, all right, Neil Armstrong, go up. You'll get something
Well, because
eventually.
you're hoping the expectation is better than this.
We have fun on this.
Imagine
podcast.
if space exploration was just like, yeah, they're out there. I don't know where they are, but just shoot as much stuff. And if you run out, you land a planet and get plenty more stuff, and then shoot out again. Hopefully, you'll find something. No wonder they don't launch things to the moons. Fuck that. God damn it.
Oh, so what you're saying is you're enjoying this game.
I go to this game like every once in a while. I'm just like, I want to torture myself a little bit. Yeah, let's do this. But like, I thought it was a cool guy. I thought, you know what? I don't have any of the stigma everybody else has because everyone was shooting this game. And it's like, all right, they improved it.
It was true. There's two payments on PS4.
Yeah. Like I heard the criticism, I read the news, and I'm like, all right, yeah, let's hold off on it. So
You
and
really
they they market it as such, where it's just like it's next.
Yes, they did. Did you not see the lawsuit?
No, I
No,
didn't
he's
see that.
talking about the new one.
Oh, the net-
Yeah,
There's,
they market it as next,
it
so
should
it's
still be
new,
outlawed.
it's innovative, and it's just
It's
it's
reborn.
How'd
it
that
should be
work out?
called No Man's Sky, kind of different.
Update.
Yeah, update, day one patch, New Man's Sky, day one
That's
patch.
kind of what it is.
kind of different.
That's really it is, you know. And I can see where he's going with this, but there is literally no reason for me to explore these planets. and the only reason for me to explore these planets is some sort of perverse, sort of just I like that rock looks the same rock I had on that planet in another galaxy. So I've just been going from galaxy to galaxy, hoping for something better, and there's not.
Yeah. You know what you're like? You're like Harry Potter just trying to find the fucking Horcruxes.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's out here somewhere. And Ron's like, Dumbledore didn't fucking tell you anything. And
Yeah.
he's like, nope.
I
We're
wish-
just walking across fields.
I wish, I don't know, Sean Murray. I wish there was something you did, and it's like
Make a
The
new
game,
game,
the game
make a
is
new-
so ambitious.
it is, and
And-
I like his ambition, and I like his innovation. It's different, but just dumb it down for us. Not
Or give
giving-
us a mission. Give us things to do.
We'll cut your loss.
or like just a little like
Work on something
C-3PO
else.
or like R2D2. Just be like, hey, you should do this. You should go here instead of just like just go. You'll see.
You obviously can't fix it.
It's,
Well, I mean, it would be different if you just went and saw and then discovered missions.
yeah. Instead of these people
That-
or these things where you don't know what they're saying. Literally, I looked at a review online and it's like, oh, you'll get the language eventually. And it's just, but you can make inferences on what they're saying. And I'm like, no, I can't. I've literally- there's a race of aliens called the Gek or Geek or I
Sure.
don't give a fuck. And it's just, and so I was like, all right, I'll search the planet. I found all these words, and they're not like words like the or a or house. It's just like apocalypse, like words that no one uses often. And it's like,
Pepper.
and I go back to the space station because every galaxy will have a space station. I go back to the space station, and I talk, and it's just like. Friend, I'm just like, wow. I'm glad I
you
spent
decipher
the
it.
time
But
to
yeah,
explore this goddamn
it'll be
planet.
like a paragraph, and you have 3 words out of it. And one's pool, pepper, microwave.
Didn't do it by the letter.
Yeah.
There's
It would have
no
been
way.
so much more helpful
Yeah.
to do it by the goddamn
I
letter.
got the A. That's a fucking ball. I'll take it.
But I was exploring, and I launched into a galaxy, and there was a space fight.
I actually don't.
And
Alright.
I fought off the pirates.
Oh, the pirate. Yeah.
And
know.
he gave me his frigate. And it's great. It's a huge ship. I have a little ship to put my ships in.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I could use it eventually. I have no idea what to do with it now. I have no idea what to do with it now.
This giant frigate just sitting
Circling
in
this planet, I'm exploring. And it's just, I don't know why I'm doing this. I just don't know. So long story short, for the folks at home who have an Xbox,
You're loving it.
you could get this. It's $50, which is a little bit of a price decrease.
From the 60.
Not
that it was.
enough. It really should be
Yeah.
40 and maybe 30.
It really should be a
$29.99.
$20 game.
Yes. It's more like an indie game that just isn't completed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like they left out the missions and
Everything else.
yeah, I'm going to give this a dark yellow light. A dark.
Oh, that's
A dark
that's
yellow.
generous.
That's generous. Good.
It is generous because I do like the ambition. I do like the innovation. Maybe his next game will be better.
4 years later.
But it's not.
Unfortunately, no.
So, unfortunately, no. But I also played another game, which I'm really excited to talk about. You're probably not excited to listen, but I'm excited to talk about. I
Lay it on
played
us.
Assassin's Creed 2. Because I remember a couple weeks ago I said I was going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to play the Assassin's Creed games in a row. I finished one, and now I finished 2. And I did something. I feel proud of myself. I did something I never did before, and I 100%ed it. And got all the achievements as well.
So you're
And it's a
1,000 out of 1,000 gamer score for us. For this.
Is that
well,
how they calculate it?
so it's part of the extra collection, so it has all the achievements from all the games.
So is it
But I finished all the Assassin's Creed 2 achievements.
very nice?
So total is not 1,000.
Is it 3,000?
It is 3,000.
Okay.
Then
For the entire-
He got them
Oh.
all.
I never did that, and I don't know why I never did that because some of them are pretty cool. Like there's an achievement called Perfect Harmony,
Okay.
and you have to get 2 costumes: Wetland Ebony and Wetland Ivory.
Ah,
Living
okay.
in perfect harmony, right?
There's that little fourth wall
That's
wink.
stuff like that really appeals to me.
Really, you know.
It shows that the
trophy
game
names.
developers have like personalities outside of just like making games.
I'm sure game developers have a shit ton of personality. If
Well,
you
yeah.
look at any video.
But, I'm
game.
sure some just like, oh, that's not how you do that. Let me just click it in here. Some are just
Some of the trophy
I don't
names
think
are
so.
like
dickheads.
I feel like most people that make video games are probably pretty cool.
There is there's an achievement where you have to pick up a
So
bunch of
Sean Murray.
sand because that's a mechanic. You can throw
Yeah,
sand in
you
people's
can throw
face.
sand and-
You got to throw it in 5 people's faces simultaneously,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Mr. Sandman, like Mister, but the Italian version of Mister.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't take Italian, so I don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
SSI.
But yeah, I got 100% everything, 330 treasures,
You collected them all, huh?
collecting them all. That's part of it.
Yep.
Kind of like the flags in Assassin's Creed
Oh
1.
god, that was the worst.
It was just like, all right, I got to do it. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'll do it for you, Ubisoft.
Sure. You also played
Well,
the DLC for this,
I
right?
did
for
well.
yourself, right?
So
I mean, no
the
one
DLC.
else.
So when you got it in 2009, whenever this game came out, the DLC came later, obviously. But in
Yeah.
this one, so
Is it kind of like built into the story?
yeah, so there's 14 sequences. The original game only had 12,
Okay, so each sequence was
Yeah.
it like expansion?
but the DLCs happen before the 12th sequence.
Oh, so yeah,
Yeah.
so they just kind of work it into the story.
So I'm gonna ruin it for the folks at home because
That's
It's
fine.
a 9-year-old's. Yep.
so you have to get the piece of Eden, which is the apple of Eden, which controls people.
Sure.
And you're going against Rodrigo Borgia, who's
Of the Borgias.
who's an actual historical figure who becomes the Pope, and you finally get it from him, and he steals it from you, or I'm sorry, 2 other characters steal it from you after you're trying to help this other character that you befriend. You kill them.
Leonardo da Vinci.
No, it's the Orsi brothers,
Oh.
who are actual also historical figures. You take it back, and then another character steals it, and that's the second DLC, which is based on the Bonfire of the Vanities. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that.
Nope.
That's an actual historical event.
I
You
would
kill
imagine
him,
so.
and then you go to the 14th sequence, which is you facing Rodrigo
Mm-hmm.
in the Vatican.
But in the main game, those 2 sequences didn't
happen.
happen,
They were
and it
big.
was just like you just went to
Yeah,
the Vatican. To
I don't
kill.
know how that would work for
Does
them. I guess you would have to go back and play the story over again.
does that actual character or that person die in the Vatican?
You don't. So spoiler alert: you don't kill Rodrigo Borgia
Okay.
at the
in Vatican
Vatican.
City.
at the end of it.
Okay.
No, in Brotherhood, that's when you face the rest of the Borgias. So Rodrigo, who's the Pope, his son Cesare, and his daughter Lucrezia.
Do you kill them?
I don't want to spoil it for them.
I want to know.
Yeah, do we kill
Do you kill the guy that's the Pope? Does he get assassinated as the Pope?
He does die, but not by your hand.
Okay. So
Someone kill
does he
him.
die? Like, is he
Cancer.
murdered or is he like poisoned? Like,
Historically,
Natural death.
he dies from a fever. They think that his son may have poisoned him by accident, trying to poison someone else, or poison him on purpose. We don't know.
okay.
In the game, his son forces a poison apple down his mouth. Right. And then you kill his son, Cesare.
Does Cesare get killed in real life?
Yes, he gets killed during the battle. which is the same
Which
battle.
battle? The same battle that you're playing in.
Yeah.
Okay.
you fight.
All right. That's where I was getting
But the
at
cool-
because
so-
every like major assassination is down to like the location.
Because if you remember Assassin's Creed 2,
Vaguely.
he's going after the people that killed his family.
Yeah. The auditory de forenses.
Yes. But the reason I like it is because the character evolves over time, and the reason you don't kill him at the end is because he says, you know what, I've killed enough. You know, killing you won't bring my family back. So,
That'll make me feel damn good.
and Ubisoft can make another game.
Yeah, nailed it.
And they do, and
And another one after that.
he does. And the reason I like these games is because the character evolves into a more wise and
Sage-like.
sage-like person.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Brotherhood better than Revelations, and I couldn't do Old Man Ezio.
Brotherhood's great because they introduced a different fighting mechanic.
What's the one where they introduce like the tower defense thing?
That's Revelations.
That's trash.
Yeah. I like the setting. I think Istanbul's a fun little
Sure, but that mechanic was so bad.
place.
It
Because
took-
you know me, I'll play games for settings and
Yeah,
immersion
No Man's Sky.
and enjoyment.
We saw it.
That's why I'm playing
I've seen
10-year-old games because I'm enjoying the hell of it,
9.
and I feel immersed
I'm glad that you're enjoying it, but I
in
can tell you
the
right
Renaissance.
now, the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Although the best part of 2 is when they are having like the fireworks are going off. And,
Oh, the Carnival.
the carnival. Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. That's the best part.
Yeah. It's cool. It's a
a
fun game.
very good
I want to
part.
play Brotherhood. I might not talk about it.
It's debatable.
Could live stream it. I don't know.
Could do that.
On the Twitch.
Yeah, sure. Do you have any other games, or is that it?
Lenovo.
That's it for me.
All right, cool. That's going to be it for Under Your Thumb this week. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news. So stick around, ladies and germs, and everybody else. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Tangent Podcast, episode 180 for the week of August 20th, 2018. And we're here with the drunken news. Steve, hit him with that dirty graphic for me, please.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And yes.
For audio listeners, I'm sorry. It's your own fault. Just go over to twitch.tv/pxlpts or youtube.com/pixelatedpoints and see that awesome intro.
They've seen it. It's
They've seen it.
It's a graphic that
Not everybody.
is well known.
It is a well-known thing, and I think it's perfect for the drunken news.
It's like a 20-year-old movie. 15.
It's probably close to about 15 years.
Yeah.
First piece of news that we have comes from NintendoEverything.com. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection leaked for the Nintendo Switch and is going to be coming out this year with Zelda bonuses and new features. Spoiler alert, Forbes leaked this out a day early.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Forbes had that sort of news.
Yeah, Forbes
leaks
Forbes
it, it's probably
yeah, Forbes is everywhere. They've got fingers in all sorts of different
All
pies.
sorts of. I knew you were gonna say pies is gross.
Well, that's where
It's not
you
gross.
have your fingers in pies.
I always thought it was pot, so you could just
Why would you put it? No,
put a hand in the
you'd
pot.
burn yourself.
Steven,
Yeah.
You burn
can you
yourself in a
strike
pie.
that from the
You
record,
would.
please?
It's warm apple pie, not fucking.
Can you
Anyway.
just create a
Too late.
square that just hides him?
Just an X.
Just an X over his face?
But anyway, how they manage to do this?
What do you mean? So, what,
Some
for
person
those of
told
you that
them
don't know,
how leaks happen.
when you are announcing a game,
Yeah.
you need news coverage for that. So
Well,
you,
I understand
you go to the big outlets and you say, hey, we're going to announce this tomorrow. We want you to write an article about it. And then boom, you write an article about it, and then they make the announcement, and
Yeah.
then you post your story.
Did they post a story before
They post the
the
story a day
announcement?
early.
Okay. Because I thought it was just like, hey Gary, this game's gonna be great. Cool. Oh my god, I pressed reply all to everybody.
No, it was not like
No,
that. It was
it's a little bit
they
more
published the story too early, and now, they have to deal with the falling out. But it is
not bad.
important to note that Diablo 3 Eternal Collection comes with everything that has been released prior,
Correct.
and it comes with
Like Ganondorf.
Zelda exclusive stuff, Ganondorf cosmetic armor set, Triforce portrait frame, pet chicken, and Echoes
Oh,
of the
shit.
Mask cosmetic wings.
Didn't do that.
Anthony, what the fuck does that mean?
What?
You play this.
I do play that.
You
It's
play
just a
Lollipops in La La Land.
I'm assuming the birds are from the Ocarina
about
of
the
Time. I'm
devil.
wondering if you hit them though. There's still chickens in
Yeah,
hell.
so like they're chicken
Just
pets.
fried.
Chocobos?
So who do you think Ganondorf's armor is going to go on? Is there like a or do
Probably
you
the
think,
barbarian.
The
But
barbarian?
they probably make it specifically for each class.
Oh, okay,
like
that's
now.
kind of cool. Are you going to pick this up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. On at work, dude. This is what I've been waiting for years. Years. I mean,
Such
we've
a
had
tough
this
critic. Do we have a release date for this?
Yes, it's this year. You know what? It doesn't say it in this story, but if you want to be a gem in Google,
Gem? Well, it's really.
it's both.
It's both.
Really. Do you want to
I'm like a
let us
turd,
know when that's coming out?
Yeah, let me take a look. Let me do the old Wikipedia.
No, don't Wikipedia.
Well,
just,
that's the first source.
oh
on
my
the-
god,
on an
this is
Android.
unbelievable. You know what? I don't care. I don't care when this is
look
coming
what
out.
It already has a Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
Check
I'm
this-
sure it does.
Wikipedia's not going to have it.
All right, here we go.
It's
It is the third installment of the Diablo franchise.
September-
Shit. It says 3.
Wait. Oh, this is 4. I'm sorry.
oh my Jesus
this
Christ.
is. Oh, I'm all fucked up.
All right, next piece of news that we have comes from comicbook.com/gaming. Tanner Deadman over there writes, We Happy Few was temporarily pulled from Steam after being reviewed bombed, which I don't necessarily know what the fuck that means, but I'm just going to say it had poor reviews. So
But not due to they kind of just.
this was early access stuff. So let's see. Compulsion Games took time to answer players' questions during a Reddit AMA, considering We Happy Few's tumultuous path to release that include a delay, a price increase, and Gearbox coming on as a publisher. Commenters had plenty of questions for Compulsion Games, and they responded with the long. What is it, Steve? Long didn't read version of it.
Too long, didn't read.
The summary is that we pulled the game from Steam because we were so heavily reviewed bombed for the months for, quote, the game not being worth $60 and also fuck Gearbox, end quote. Compulsion said, sharing the short version of the story. The longer version includes the price jump that We Happy Few experienced, something that Compulsion Game announced last year, while also saying that the game would be coming to consoles as well. In that same post, said that Gearbox had been brought on as a publisher and that the price would be raised to $60, double of the price
Steve, I found it.
of the early access game. So, one thing for sure, this is actually one thing that I wanted to say that Compulsion Games actually came out right and said. One thing that I will say for sure is that the early access versions of the game was not worth $60.
So they admit yes.
So they knew what they were making at the time was not worth $60. So they understood why consumers would be rightfully upset.
Two things. On a side note,
Which we know.
thank you. Diablo 4.
Not a game.
Yeah. It's being worked on. You looked at the wrong post.
No.
Good
that
luck.
was
Diablo
3.
4, Diablo 3 is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
See?
Unbelievable.
Cox.
You're fired.
I knew you fucked up.
I thought.
You're fired.
Well, subsequently, I did find information on Diablo 4, actually.
No one cares.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
Well,
I care, but I did not put that.
I'm not going to tell you now because you ruined it.
because I can
No
just
one
Google
wants-
it.
You soiled
and
it.
find it in half
Anyway,
the fucking time.
Give it here, Malfoy. I'll knock you off your broom.
I was telling SpongeBob.
Oh,
That's right. You don't
what was
watch.
part
You don't
two?
watch SpongeBob.
I don't. You
Anyway,
want why?
Which is
back
sec-
to this review thing with the
Review bombs of We Happy Few.
a comment just generally about reviews on Steam because I know some developers don't like reviews
On Steam. Or just...
Or in
just in general.
if they're bad, if
Yeah.
they're good, they love them.
Well, well, they're kind of.
What?
They're not going to say our game is bad. They're going to say,
Shit.
we're not going to give out review copies, which is an indicator that
the
your game is
Bethesda
going to be
thing?
dog
Is that
shit.
the news from Bethesda?
Well, Bethesda is actually now kind of rolling that back
correct.
and now giving out...
I guess
never
they
really-
have been perpetrators in the past, but other people have done that. Other developers have done that, and
It's usually a sure thing
It's
that
gonna
the
be
game is going to be bad unless it's
garbage,
going to be
you know?
published by Bethesda.
But I feel when a big developer like Bethesda does that, it gives other developers kind of like, oh well, we can
No.
do it too. It doesn't matter because it's
No one else followed that. I don't
it's
think.
it's tough. I can understand it from their standpoint. It's tough when your game may be, you don't know. It could be good or bad.
You're not going to know
That's
how
not
it's
the
going
way-
to...
You're giving it to the wolves, and
That's
it could
not
go
the way
any
to
way,
kinda-
and it could hurt your numbers, your sales
Well,
numbers.
look
frankly.
at Matt. I think a perfect example of what he's saying is Mass Effect Andromeda's like demo. When
Yeah.
that first came out, people were still pretty excited about Mass Effect Andromeda, but then when that came out and
I
people
was.
played it, they were like, "Oh, this doesn't look good," and all of those bad memes came from that, and that really hurt the game.
Which they're
sales.
The
But
memes
there's a
are great,
difference
but-
between what the review copy, like early access, and then a demo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
that's kind of the mistake. Like you said, they learned from it. They fixed it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Demo
an
fucked 'em
industry
over.
trend. I don't want. I mean, there should be. I should have tons of information before I purchase the game. They should be
Well, we
reviewed.
gave you that on No Man's Sky. You bought it anyway.
Well, I knew the trash that came along with that. You know,
$50.
I know the baggage that came along with that relationship.
So are you saying that you would rather not see the trend of reviews not being out before the game is released type of thing?
no, I
Like-
want to see the reviews out.
No, what I was saying was,
Oh.
is exactly what you were saying.
Yes.
I just might have worded it.
But I think developers, if they see that, they're going to take that obviously, right? Why are they going to take a chance on getting not a bad review, a good review, but like a semi alright review, and people not buying their game? When other people are like, "Oh, everybody else on the block is doing this. Why am I going to take the chance
I
on getting my
think-
game reviewed?"
I think that Bethesda is they're in a unique position. I think Bethesda and Rockstar Games are the two people that can kind of get away with not giving out review copies.
Yeah. Well, they make gold. They make
No,
generally
they're
a good
known-
product.
They're
That's
a known quantity.
yes.
I think smaller games or lesser, renowned games or publishers for that
Yeah.
example or for that matter won't do that. I think they give the press plenty of time to play the game and hopefully that their game is good and they get good reviews. If not, if you release a bad game, people are going to say it's a bad game. I think it's as simple as that. I think Bethesda and Rockstar are the outliers there. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
You know, I can't refute you, but I think if the big boys are doing it, maybe the smaller fish will do it.
I
You know,
100% see
and,
the mentality of that. And
yeah.
I see the
Because
thought process
why
behind
wouldn't
it.
you, right? From
I
their
think-
standpoint, it makes sense.
Well, if you thought it was beneficial, you
But
could
from
do
the
it.
consumer standpoint, it's hurtful because you're buying a product you have no idea. You're buying a car that could not start.
That's one of those
Right.
things where sure.
You can just return it. I mean,
You kind of have
Yeah,
to weigh your
but-
balances, right? So, are you either going to be day one and have something to say about it, or are you going to wait for reviews and then take the safe bet? So you might wait and not get burnt, but then you're not day one. You're not there day one. You're not talking about it when it's hot, right? And then you play it, a week later after all the reviews come out, and people let's say it's a good game,
Yeah.
right? And you have a week of catch up to do because you've been avoiding spoilers. All you want to know
Spoiler,
is
yeah.
if it's a good game or not. And then you read reviews. It's a great game. All right, now it's time for me to get into it. And you're a week behind. So it's really kind of what would you rather? Would you rather not waste $60 in case it's a bad game,
Yeah.
or would you rather roll the dice, spend $60?
Well, don't we live in a world where we can have both, where we can be well informed about the game before it comes out, and then make that decision before?
Yes, that's
day
what I'm
one?
saying. That's what I think that the current system works well because that's what is happening except for with Bethesda and Rockstar. I feel like those are the only two that can get away with that.
Oh yeah. I guess what I'm suggesting is that if they get away with it, others will try and get away with it or succeed in getting away with it.
I don't know.
we can just be
I
on
think,
both trends.
I think what happens is with that, if you're a smaller, not a known commodity, then people are going to think the worst because you're not giving. Why wouldn't you give a review copy? Everyone else does, except for Bethesda, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
like
I could see
it
that, yeah.
looks bad
It does.
on those devs.
It's actually a very interesting.
Or pleasant surprise. It could be good or bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an
Oh, for
opinion
sure.
as well.
also,
And you're
Anthony,
also with the category
Anthony.
of
Good points, pal.
That's true. We are being fairly
even if
negative.
it's bad, you get to trash. If it's good, then you get to enjoy it. Either way, if you buy, like you said, you're in the still group.
And you're supporting that developer.
It's true.
So that was one. Sorry, before you continue, that's one of the things that I will say about No Man's Sky. I didn't return that game because I wanted the devs at Hello Games to be able to make another game. I don't care that No Man's Sky sucked. I don't care that I got burnt on $60 on it. I will literally never play that game ever again.
Yeah.
But if that my $60 helps them make a better game, or not even a better No Man's Sky, but just another game, if it gives them
Different,
a second
yeah.
chance to do something different, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with me putting my $60 towards No Man's Sky and being like, yes, No Man's Sky is a thing. It is not for me. It's not for a lot of people, but some
Yeah.
people really enjoy this game. Cool. It's variety is the spice of life, and I
What's going to be funny is
I do.
don't like that spice.
I do agree with you. You know, it's not a big developer. It's not exactly indie.
They
Well,
were indie until
They were indie until
PlayStation
this
picked
whole
them up, yeah.
controversy. Yeah.
Until Sony picked them up.
And yeah, I would support them. However, I wish I gave less money.
it's a life lesson learned. I pull out of the closet and be like,
I'm not
20 years from now, you're
I-
looking at it and be like, this is the biggest piece of shit. You
not
should play this
upset.
game.
I'm not upset. I picked up No Man's Sky. It was an itch I had to scratch.
But we told you how to solve this. And I'm
It's
gonna-
just
I'm just gonna
it's-
keep.
don't beat the dead
Yeah,
horse at
it's-
this point.
I scratched it, and I'm still itchy, but
Videos didn't do enough.
It's-
This is
it's
where
one of
the
those
copy
things.
Didn't really.
It's
it's one of those
No,
things.
You're not gonna win.
No,
Every-
I can see that. Logic
But-
kind of
Logic,
escapes
yeah,
them.
it didn't prevail on that one. But let's move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Next piece of news that we have comes from Game Informer. THQ Nordic acquires the Time Splitter and Second Sight properties. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Second Sight is.
Time Splitter is.
I know what Time Splitters is. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So THQ Nordic has announced that they have picked up the Time Splitters property and released Trilogy, as well as the rights to Free Radical's Second Sight.
Yeah. Actually, no.
This puts THQ Nordic in position to not only re-release the old Time Splitter games, but to make new ones as well. So I think THQ Nordic is making the Darksiders 3.
Yep.
And so I guess they could make the Time Splitters after that, or they could just finish the trilogy of the Four Horsemen.
I mean, if they're big enough,
Or
they
I
could,
guess that
they
wouldn't
could
be a
simul-
trilogy. That would be a what's
What would be-
four? A dynasty? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, actually doing. Yeah.
Second Sight look familiar.
Oh yeah, that does actually. It looks very familiar. Let's see.
Xbox.
It is a
So
dynasty.
what generation?
Steve, are
It's
you a
not
big
three was-
Time Splitters guy?
Sixth generation.
Nope.
Okay, so it was largely considered as one of the most influential console games of the early 2000s. THQ Nordic wrote in a press release just issued. The three-game series earned a large and passionate fan base thanks to its unique humor, art style, and pop culture references, while encouraging customization and modification to give each person their own individual experience. So I'm not really too jazzed up about this news. I think Time Splitters had a time and place, pun intended.
Yes.
Steve, I saw that. I saw those eyeballs pop. I think it had a time and place, and I think back in the early 2000s, that's where it was. It was a perfect arcade shooter, and people don't really do those anymore. Like, when was the last time you saw a Point Blank or House of the Dead style game?
Arcades.
Arcades?
But those are not new cutting edge games.
No, not even a little bit.
I did enjoy, obviously. I mean, if anyone's going to enjoy Time Splitters, it's.
Was Time Splitters?
Really, it's gonna be your.
Well,
Was it a
I don't think I ever-
first-person shooter
I-
like GoldenEye? or-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I'm
think I ever
thinking-
played Time
House
Splitters
of the Dead
1.
would
I
be-
played Time Splitters 2. I don't remember Time Splitters 1 being out in the
Okay.
ether.
It
I don't
was
remember
just,
that.
Just they released Time Splitters.
You know, like
2.
you think long ago, you're like, oh, I played that game, but it was like a sequel, and it's like, what happened
It's
to
like
the,
one of those things where like, yeah, I drink Coors Light, but is there just a Coors
Yeah.
beer?
like Prince of Persia. Do you remember playing the first Prince of Persia ever?
No, because I've never played it. I know exactly what it looks like.
Yes. But when you play Prince of Persia, it's like the third or fourth iteration of playing it.
The only one that I can really remember playing is Sands of Time.
Sands of Time. Sands of Time.
No.
The PS2 and the.
Yeah, I played it on GameCube or PS2 or something.
Yeah, I can't even tell you when I played it. I don't remember that. But
It's a GoldenEye clone, right?
Time Splitters, yes, it is. Second
Okay.
Sight, I have no idea. You said you.
I recognize it.
Yeah.
It looks like a Breaking Benjamin cover.
I mean, it was 18 years ago. So,
Fair enough.
So it was tough. My thing is THQ. I thought they weren't THQ. I thought like someone absorbed them.
They went bankrupt, and then THQ Nordic, I think, adopted the name.
I'm assuming they're a Norwegian company.
You know what, Brendan? I don't know
No
that,
clue.
actually. I have no idea.
Well, if only we had some sort of technology that provided us information with stuff.
Yeah,
but-
we saw how you worked that. And it
Yeah,
didn't-
I'm
it didn't
afraid
really
to
go
give you
well.
that
I
task.
thought the article was
But-
about Diablo 4,
The
which
intro-
will be
no,
a thing one day.
They already we went over. Do you not listen?
I was focused on searching, unfortunately.
No, like I meant like
That particular article.
not like now. I meant for the podcast. We covered this news like 2 weeks ago.
No, actually, I didn't listen to that episode, to be honest with you.
All right.
I'm very fucking disappointed. in you.
Moving along, we have 2 more pieces of news. This is coming from bloodydisgusting.com/video games. Pat Torf over there writes Capcom's Japanese premium edition of Resident Evil 2 comes at a premium. So, we all know about the North American collector's edition of Resident Evil 2 remake, but the Japanese version has something really special. It comes with a replica of an in-game lexicon typewriter, aka the same typewriter you use to save your game. It's not for show either. The keyboard has a Bluetooth connection, which is being produced by Quirky Toys, based off of their Quirky Rider S model. And for those of you that don't want to spring for a grand.
Yeah, you know the price of it?
No!
That's why I put the article in there.
It costs $904 United States dollars
Yeah.
for this collector's edition. The typewriter and all 4 types of ink ribbing masking tape. Holy
deal-
shit!
Best deal around.
Are there people that like Resident Evil this much?
Someone's probably. I didn't want to say
I'm sure someone will buy
There's
this.
got to be somebody that'll buy this. But if you don't want to buy,
40,000.
if you don't want to spend $1,000, you can buy the typewriter separately for the low price of roughly $670 US dollars.
It's
I'll
a working.
I'll
It's
just
a,
take the game.
It's a working.
It's a working
keyboard.
computer
It's a keyboard.
That's what a typewriter.
because of Bluetooth, right?
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth keyboard that's like a typewriter.
Jesus Christ.
That's a
You get
lot
this
of money.
Day one.
It does come with like a statue of Leon Kennedy and some shit, but holy
I'll just get
hell.
a Jack specific knockoff.
Yeah.
I give a fuck.
Sleeper pick.
Leon Kennedy is the
best,
best,
yeah.
the best Resident Evil character,
Not-
aka Fight Me. I don't care what you have to say. Leon Kennedy beats out Claire
Not
Redfield all day.
Jockey McJockstrap.
Chris Redfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris sucked.
Chris was not
Yeah,
good.
he's like a quarterback on a football team. He's like, come on, gang, let's solve this.
Listen,
Zombies.
Fred, take it easy.
He is. He's the Fred. Although, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on this because I don't give a shit. But
I'm going to play the shit out of Resident Evil 2 Remake.
I
Stick to
remember.
the No Man.
Well, yeah, I know they're remaking it.
January 25th, baby.
Wonderful. I don't know what we'll be doing January 25th. I got a lot of shit
You'll
going
be
up.
buying.
A lot of
Resident Evil
stuff in the pipe. You know, Red Dead. A lot of stuff going on.
That's in October.
That's gonna be.
You're not going to be playing
that's
Assassin's Creed.
gonna
in
be a.
January.
You don't know what.
You're not
You don't know
playing
what's gonna
Spider-Man
come.
in September.
Anyway.
I'll tell you that much.
Remember, I asked you earlier this week. I was trying to find figurines
Yeah.
of the Assassin's Creed stuff. The ones you gave me from the loot crate, the snapshot.
Yeah.
They only make 2 of those. Apparently,
Screenshots,
yeah.
yeah.
So I looked at Funko Pops, which are fairly cheap. But they all look the same.
Yeah.
They-
They've all got the
Well, they
bright
got the
eyes.
At least the
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed ones do. It's just
Well, the eyes all look
big
the same.
eyes and white robes. That's all it is.
Yep.
But I'm like, I kind of want like a statue-esque sort of, not a toy, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
An
A
actual
collector's
fig-
edition.
kind of. Which I
Like
never
from
did.
First for figures type deal.
I never got the collector's edition for those games because it was a luxury I just didn't want to spend the money on. You know?
And now you're like, I kind of wish I got some
just
sort of-
something in the Amazon.
you can
So if
still get
anybody
'em.
has any ideas, please send it to me.
eBay.
at BCOX1776.
Yeah, and you'll see at the end too. But like, yeah, anything like that. Not Funko because that seems kind of cartoony, but something to hold the books up. You know,
You want
And
not bookends, not specifically bookends.
you want bookends.
but you know what I'm talking about, like the things you have, like the
Yes, yes,
cool,
yes,
like the Daredevil one, like something like that.
Oh, thank
Something
you.
artsy.
Artsy fartsy. Anyways, last piece of news that we have comes
Yeah.
from
Together.
GameSpot. Timur Hassan over there writes, Overwatch on Switch is feasible, but StarCraft 2 isn't.
Ooh,
I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm excited about Switch Overwatch. I'll tell you that for fucking damn sure.
Plan at work.
Yeah. The confirmation that Diablo 3 is coming to the Nintendo Switch marks the first time in 15 years that a Blizzard title has appeared on a Nintendo platform. Now that the relationship between the two studios has rekindled, discussions has naturally moved to other Blizzard games that could make the jump to the Nintendo Switch. And Blizzard thinks that from a technology perspective, it is possible for Overwatch to come. Quote, anything is within the realm of possibility. Our team was given the task to work on this. If Team 4, which is Overwatch developers, picks up that endeavor, that's on them. As for right now, Diablo is our only focus on Switch. And then when asked if he thinks that Overwatch could run on the Switch, Pete Stillwell, the senior producer of Blizzard, said, yes, it is feasible. So although StarCraft 2, another big Blizzard title, is less likely to make the jump to Nintendo's new platform, as the gameplay itself would require some reworking, explaining the reason. Stillwell recalled the Nintendo 64 version of the first StarCraft. Quote, the N64 version of StarCraft was cool, but you had to change the game quite a bit to make it work properly on consoles. StarCraft 2 is the next level requirements and is from how much dexterity you need with a mouse and keyboard, so I think that it would be very difficult to port over. It would have to change the core gameplay, end quote. And then Tamor goes on to say Diablo 3 Eternal Collection for the Nintendo Switch is coming out later this year. Thoughts, concerns, questions?
I have a question for you because
Yeah.
I know you're big into the Overwatch.
Sure.
Buy a Switch.
What?
No, he's not going to buy a
No.
Switch. No.
Not for
I know
Overwatch. I already said what I would buy a Switch for. Breath of the Wild, which is out, so I know what you're say. But
We already know this where this is going.
are they still putting new characters and things in Overwatch?
The latest character in Overwatch came in July, I want to say.
It's a
and
hamster.
It's a hamster in a ball.
That
And it's
is it a
fucking-
joke character?
Hamtaro.
No, it's his name is Hammond or Wrecking Ball.
Is he a big?
No, he's a
Hamster?
little
He's
hamster
in a hamster
in
ball.
a giant, like mechanical wrecking ball
Oh,
hamster
okay.
ball. So think of like Diva.
But just the giant hamster robot.
There's a hamster, a living hamster,
Yeah.
in the ball, and he controls it like a mech.
Okay. So, that's ridiculous. Besides that fact,
Yeah, they're still continuing to put out.
are they have new ideas for characters in the?
Yeah, I'm sure.
My question to you is, when is Overwatch 2 happening? You think?
Not for a while.
Not for a
considering
while?
The Overwatch League is huge right now in esports. I don't think that you're going to get an Overwatch 2. I think, to
Because
be
Overwatch
honest,
came
I
out
think
in
2016, May
Okay.
of 2016. This game is going to continue to get free games, free content, more fun things for people to play. And I think that the esports league is now funding that and pushing it forward. And I think it's going to be one of those games that you don't see a sequel to. I think Overwatch is Overwatch. And then I think once it starts to die down, like Overwatch has taken a hit from since Fortnite
Yeah.
has become huge. But Overwatch will slowly die off. I don't think they're going to go,
Sure.
all right, it's dying off, let's stop supporting it. I think it's, and work on Overwatch 2. I think it's okay. I think people are done with the hero-based shooter for a while.
So-
Overwatch 2 comes out in 10 years and people lose their
10
fucking
years.
mind.
10 years is a long time.
Blizzard can do whatever the fuck they want. StarCraft 1, what's the, Steve, when would you say StarCraft 1 came out?
I believe it was 97. 7, yeah.
97. When did StarCraft 2 come out? 2008? 2007?
Wait, 10?
We were in college, so yeah, it must have been 2010-ish, yeah.
It's about,
Something like that.
So that's 13 years.
Yeah.
well,
But
yeah.
I could absolutely see Overwatch 2 2025
Now this
because
is
that's even 9 years.
yeah. I mean, this is kind
But
of
it could even be later.
this is kind of divergence, but Halo 1 had a huge kind of
Boom.
esports,
Yeah.
but
No,
I know
well, Halo 1, no,
weren't-
but-
esports weren't huge in that time period. But suffice to say, they had an online sort of element
Sure.
to it, and they released Halo 2 or 3 years after that.
Yeah, Halo 1 wasn't a continuous service. They made Halo 1. They didn't make any expansion packs. They went, Halo 1's out. It's selling great. Let's make Halo 2.
Exactly, which they could do that with.
They're not going
Overwatch.
to do Fortnite 2.
No,
they
Overwatch.
don't really need to for these
Yeah,
type
but
of games.
they don't need to for this type
'Cause
of
there's
game
no
because there's no
single player type.
Yeah,
Like, you're
there's
not
no
updating.
need for a sequel. You're constantly updating the game. So there's no. What are they going to add?
It's more of a system update.
Yeah, what are they going to add to Overwatch 2 that they couldn't just add to Overwatch? That's what I'm saying. Like it's more of
From
just
a pessimistic standpoint,
sure.
they lose money. If they say we're making Overwatch 2,
Mm-hmm.
they can make a ton of money. and build off franchise.
right now-
look at GTA 5.
Yeah, like right now you're losing. There's still loot boxes. There's still their stock has doubled since the esports league has taken off.
To Anthony's point, yeah, they're going to do Red Dead Redemption, and then they're going to release.
They might never.
They're going to release.
You might never.
Red Dead Redemption with a very similar online component as GTA 5, and then they're going to release GTA 6 with, I'm assuming, a very similar online component.
Until they
Single
lose money
player.
on. Yeah,
That
also true.
and that is the caveat that might be preventing them from doing a sequel.
That's why that's what I'm saying. Like, Overwatch is a game that is continuously evolving.
Yeah.
They don't need to ruin the goodwill that they already have with their player base to make a second one. And they're not losing money. Overwatch is still selling like hotcakes because for the people who, like me, have stopped playing it, every once in a while I'm like, oh, maybe I'll jump back in. Maybe I'll jump back in. But if I jump back in and I get hooked, I'm telling my friends about it. I'm getting those people to buy the game. And now that it's cheaper because the game has been out for 2 years, people get in for a lower entry. They're still making money. And then, oh, wait, this person has gotten hooked on Overwatch. They're going to buy loot crates. They're going to do all this other stuff.
But eventually, all the people who are going to buy Overwatch are going to buy it.
Yeah,
And they're gonna
eventually.
have to-
And then they'll stop. But Blizzard has other games. They don't just focus on Overwatch.
Yeah.
They have other games that they can do. So I think that once Overwatch is done, you're going to see it go away. People are still going to talk about it fondly, just like they did with StarCraft. And then, 5 to 10 years later, boom, Overwatch 2. Has all the characters, all the maps, and now we're doing all this other stuff.
Because I was
VR.
I was thinking about that. This is a good point. I mean, they keep expanding, and they're not going to come up with a sequel. And I guess Blizzard they know how to do that. They know how to make something over time.
Look at World of Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Battle of Azeroth, baby.
I mean, World of Warcraft came out what 2005?
Well, World War 5, I think.
And it's still
They just released Battle of Azeroth
it's
this
still
week.
active. So that what is that, like 13 years?
You did the math.
Yeah. See, I could do math.
Grinds are always gearing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if any company does it, it's them.
So that's true. And I think that's going to be it for the Drunken News because I am out of newspapers to read. And the teleprompter back there seems to be broken, Steve. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Go fuck
Newspapers?
yourself, San Diego.
What are you gonna blend in?
Just blend in. But that's going to be it for another great episode of the Tangent Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you like what you hear and like what you see, please go over to youtube.com/pixelatedpoints, subscribe to our channel there, or go over to twitch.tv/PXLPTS, subscribe to us there. If you want to see what we're doing during the week, and if you want to get all of the stuff that we do, we put everything that we do out into the Twitter sphere. So please go over to Twitter and search at PXLPTS or at Tangent_podcast. For myself, I am at It's a Me BT. Anthony, you are?
At Margin_Erebus.
And Brandon, you are?
I am bcox1776. And
Steve. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What?
again, anybody with Assassin's Creed figurines, please tweet at me.
All right.
He doesn't want to Google search. Steve, what are you on Twitter?
At Steven_Sal.
I feel you.
And I think that's going to be it for another great episode of the Tangent Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Tangent Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week.
On.
Oh, that was Carly Simon, by the way.
Carly Simon.
Anticipation.
I don't know who Carly Simon
Remember at the beginning of the episode? You don't remember that shit.
No, I remember what you're talking about.
Carly Simon wrote that song.
I don't know